Showing you the world in a way too early. Pray hardy, travelpreneur. Catch flights, build dreams, now it's your turn. Yeah. Let's go, travel more, live more, build more, build more.
You have to learn to say no. One of the hardest words for a caring person to say is no. You don't want to disappoint anyone. You don't want people to think you've changed. You don't want your family, friends, coworkers, or boss to believe you're selfish. So you keep saying yes. You say yes when you're tired. You say yes when you already have too much to do. You say yes when you don't have the time, money, energy, or emotional strength to take on another responsibility. But every time you say yes to something that drains you, you might be saying no to your health, your peace, your goals, and your future. There comes a time when you have to understand that saying no doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes saying no is how you protect the person God is calling you to become. You can care about people without allowing them to control your life.
Being helpful should not destroy you. There is nothing wrong with helping people. God calls us to love, serve, encourage, and support one another. But helping people should not require you to constantly abandon yourself. Some people have confused being a good person with always being available. They believe they have to answer every call, solve every problem, attend every event, loan out every dollar, and accept every request. But you cannot keep pouring into everyone while refusing to refill yourself. Eventually, the cup becomes empty. Then you become frustrated, exhausted, and resentful. You start getting angry with people for asking, even though you have never taught them that you are allowed to say no. Boundaries are not punishment. Boundaries teach people how to treat you. You are not saying that other people do not matter. You are finally accepting that you matter too. Your needs, dreams, responsibilities, and spiritual growth deserve space in your life. When your job takes advantage of you. This lesson becomes especially important at work. Some jobs will take everything you are willing to give them and still ask for more. You arrive early, you stay late, you answer messages during your personal time, you cover shifts, you take on responsibilities that are not part of your position. At first, people praise your dedication, but after a while, your extra effort becomes their normal expectation. Now, when you try to leave after working your scheduled 8 hours, your boss acts disappointed. They may question your commitment or make you feel guilty for going home on time. Think about that. You completed the hours you were hired to work, yet someone is upset because you are not giving them more of your life for free. Being dependable is a good quality. Allowing a workplace to consume your health, relationships, peace, and future is not dedication. It is an unhealthy boundary. 8 hours is not a lack of commitment. A bad boss may try to convince you that working your 8 hours means you are not committed. They may say things like, everyone needs to make sacrifices, or we need team players around here. But somehow the sacrifice always seems to come from the same people. You are allowed to finish your work and go home. You are allowed to spend time with your family. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to work on your own goals, business, education, ministry, or personal development. Your employer pays for a portion of your day. They do not own your entire life. Do your job with excellence. Be professional. Be dependable. Give honest effort during the time you are being paid. But do not let guilt convince you to hand over every evening, weekend, and personal moment. The job will continue when you leave. You must make sure your life continues too. Your life cannot only be about work. Many people spend their best energy building someone else's dream. They give their job their focus, creativity, patience, and strength. Then they come home with nothing left for themselves. They are too tired to exercise, too tired to pray, too tired to work on their dream, too tired to build a business, too tired to spend meaningful time with the people they love. That is how years disappear. You keep telling yourself that you will focus on your goals when work slows down, but work rarely slows down. There will always be another project, another emergency, another deadline, and another person who needs something. You have to create room for your future now. Your dream cannot survive on whatever energy remains after everyone else has taken their share. Sometimes putting yourself first means protecting 2 hours in the evening. Sometimes it means turning off the phone. Sometimes it simply means going home. Learning to say no to friends. You also have to learn to say no to friends. Real friendship should have respect, understanding, and balance. A true friend should not become angry because you cannot always be available. They should not expect you to drop everything every time they need something. You may have friends who are used to calling you whenever they have a crisis. You listen for hours. You give advice. You provide transportation. You loan money. You help them move. You support every business idea and attend every event. But when you need support, they are suddenly unavailable. Pay attention to patterns. Friendship is not measured by keeping score, but it should not feel like one person constantly gives while the other person constantly receives. You are allowed to say, I cannot do that today. You are allowed to say, I do not have the money. You are allowed to say, I need time for myself. Learning to say no to family. Saying no to family can be even harder. Family members may remind you of everything they have done for you. They may accuse you of changing or acting like you are better than them. They may use guilt because guilt has worked before. But loving your family does not mean you have to rescue everyone from every consequence. You cannot become the family bank, family counselor, family driver, family babysitter, and family problem solver while your own life is falling apart. There may be times when helping is the right thing to do. There may also be times when saying no forces someone to become responsible for their own choices. Your no may make them uncomfortable, but their discomfort does not automatically mean you are wrong. You have a life that God has entrusted to you. You have responsibilities, goals, gifts, and assignments. You cannot complete your assignment while spending your entire life managing everyone else's responsibilities. The woman who supported everyone. There was a woman who was always there for her family. Whenever one of her relatives had a birthday party for their child, she showed up. She helped decorate. She bought gifts. She brought food. She gave money when someone could not afford everything they needed. She took pictures, cleaned up afterward, and made sure the child felt celebrated. She did this over and over again because she loved her family. Then it was time for her own child's birthday. She planned the party with excitement. She bought the decorations, prepared the food, ordered the cake, and made sure everything was ready. She expected the same people she had supported to walk through the door and celebrate her child. But the party started and the chairs remained empty. A few people sent excuses. Some did not respond at all. The woman kept looking toward the door, hoping someone would arrive. Almost no one came. The pain of being let down. That woman was deeply hurt. She was not upset because she needed attention for herself. She was hurt because she remembered every time she had rearranged her schedule, spent her money, used her energy, and made sacrifices for everyone else. She had convinced herself that if she was always there for people, they would be there for her. But that day taught her a painful lesson. People will let you down, including some of the people closest to you. That does not mean you stop loving everyone. It does not mean you become bitter or cruel. It means you stop building your entire emotional life around what you expect people to return. Sometimes people appreciate what you do. Sometimes they simply become accustomed to receiving it. The woman realized that she had spent years showing everyone that her time was always available. Now she had to show herself that her time had value. People may not love your new boundaries. When you begin setting boundaries, some people will say that you have changed. And they might be right. You have changed. You no longer believe that love requires you to exhaust yourself. You no longer believe that friendship requires constant sacrifice from only one person. You no longer believe that family should have unlimited access to your time, money, home, and energy. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries may not celebrate your growth. Your availability made their lives easier. Your silence allowed them to avoid responsibility. Your willingness to always say yes meant they never had to consider what their requests were costing you. When you finally say no, they may call you selfish. Do not let that word frighten you. There is a difference between being selfish and practicing self-respect. Selfishness says, only I matter. Self-respect says, I matter too. Do not fear people walking away. Do not spend your life afraid that people will walk away. Some friendships may change when you begin putting yourself first. Certain relationships may end because you are no longer willing to be used. That can be painful, but it can also reveal the truth. If someone only stays in your life when you are giving them money, time, rides, attention, favors, or constant emotional support, you have to ask what the relationship was really built on. People who truly love you may need time to adjust to your boundaries, but they will ultimately want you to be healthy, peaceful, and successful. Someone who wants you to remain exhausted so they can remain comfortable is not protecting your future. Let people make their decision. Do not chase everyone who walks away. Sometimes their departure creates the space you need to grow. Not everyone who leaves is a loss. Some people leaving is freedom. Your full potential requires your attention. As long as you put everyone ahead of yourself, you may never reach your full potential. Your purpose requires time. Your gifts require development. Your vision requires focus. Your future requires consistent action. You cannot keep postponing what God placed inside you because someone always needs a favor. God may have given you the ability to lead, teach, create, build, encourage, organize, write, speak, or start something that will bless other people. But those gifts cannot grow if you never give them attention. Think about all the things you keep saying you want to do. The book you want to write, the business you want to build, the course you want to complete, the ministry you want to start, the healthier life you want to create. Your dreams are not asking for all of your time. They are asking you to stop giving all of your time away. The potential God placed in you. God did not give you gifts so they could remain buried beneath everyone else's expectations. There is potential inside you that may never be revealed until you create boundaries. Putting yourself first does not mean placing yourself above God. It means taking responsibility for the life, time, health, purpose, and opportunities God has given you. Even Jesus stepped away from crowds to pray and rest. He helped people, but he was not controlled by every demand. You need quiet time to hear God clearly. You need rest so your mind can think clearly. You need discipline so your gifts can grow. You need courage to say no to distractions that are pulling you away from your assignment. Some opportunities are good, but they are not yours. Some requests are important, but they are not your responsibility. You have to stop allowing other people's urgency to constantly interrupt what God told you to build. How to start saying no. You do not have to become rude or disrespectful to create boundaries. Start with simple statements. I cannot commit to that right now. I am not available this weekend. I have already made plans. I cannot loan money at this time. I need to leave work at my scheduled time. I am focusing on a few personal goals. You do not owe everyone a long explanation. The more you explain, the more some people will search for a way around your answer. Say no calmly. Do not argue. Do not apologize repeatedly. Do not invent a story because you feel guilty for protecting your time. Your time belongs to you. Your peace belongs to you. Your future is your responsibility. At first, saying no may feel uncomfortable. That does not mean it is wrong. Growth often feels uncomfortable because you are breaking habits that have controlled you for years. Keep practicing. Your confidence will grow. Choose the life God has for you. This is your life, and you only get one opportunity to live it. Do not reach the end of your journey and realize that you spent all your time helping everyone else build their dreams while ignoring your own. Love people. Support people when you genuinely can. Be generous. Be kind. But do not sacrifice your health, purpose, peace, family, and future because you are afraid to say no. The right people will respect your boundaries. The wrong people may walk away. Let them. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming wise. You are not abandoning people. You are finally refusing to abandon yourself. Make sure you follow me or subscribe for more content about building your business and becoming successful online. And to learn more about what I do, how I can help you, and how you can get your piece of this $12 trillion industry, click the link in the comments or in the description. Remember, with the right information, consistent action, and faith, your life can change. Everything is possible through God.
Yeah, pack your vision, yeah. Book the dream, it's time to move different. Dre Hardy, travelpreneur, showing you the world and the way to earn. Dre Hardy, travelpreneur, catch flights, build dreams, now it's your time.